Hey guys, it's Ty from the Gaming Hub, and this week we're going to be doing a double review between two Warhammer 40k games. Regicide. Now this game's not yet finished, but I was lucky enough to get early access to this game, and let me tell you, what I got to play so far was pretty decent. And the second game was the expansion to Space Hulk, Ascension. So put on your strategy thinking caps because we're going to have to get right into this one. Enjoy! Now, what we have seen in the past with Warhammer games is great atmosphere, great gothic feeling, great special effects, but the one thing that's always been lacking is a solid, in-depth, intellectual story. But what I've seen so far, just with this little teaser cinematic trailer, is very promising. I am hoping, personally, as a Warhammer fan, I read the novels for Christ's sake, that this will have a really strong story atmosphere to it. You know, it's something that holds you in. This Imperial Guardsman looks like he's falling victim to the Whisperer Chaos. It makes me think there's a lot of potential here. I'm hoping it has a solid campaign. Well spoken. Now, as far as Warhammer 40k games go, there have been a number of strategy-based games in the past, but this is essentially chess. Now, I never was a strong chess player in the past, however, this is not just a straight-up chess game, although you can choose just to play straight-up chess, but you can select to shoot at your enemies after your moving phase. You can only have so many action points to spend in between your moving. You can select skills for your individual marines and whatnot. So it's actually leaves the realm of strategy really wide open because you don't just move and strategically position, you can shoot as well. You can spend your action points to defensively hold your position. Every single piece on the board has a health meter and armor meter, so yeah, it really just, it's something different, you know? That's the best way to explain. Now, if you're not that great at chess like myself, I would suggest visiting the tutorial section first, because it just helps you really get a strong feel for this game. Plus, it introduces you to the overall feeling of the new features that are not, you know, traditionally seen in normal chess. Now, although from the cinematic trailer it looked like Chaos would be the big bad guys in this one, those enemies are clearly the greenskins. Those are orcs. So, like I said, the campaign's not done yet, the game's not finished yet. What is available currently is tutorial, skirmish, and multiplayer. So, there's still a lot of potential to this game. It's not yet finished and all, but God, it just, the feel of it's really nice. Already it's made a strong impression on myself. The graphics are really top-notch. I like the little cutscenes it activates every time you make a move or make a decision or whatever, so. Yeah, the tutorial mode is just a giveaway. There's no way you can lose this. You did, sucker. In between missions, I'm guessing you can even upgrade your characters individually with experience points. This is not yet available in this version of the game, but hopefully, you know, the XP would bring like a certain RPG element to it. Not to mention, it would also, you know, give you like a strong armory of customization. You can still play a full game. And yeah, when you actually make a movement kill, it's very, very satisfying. But watch out, the orcs are pretty nasty too. Where you get a librarian, they get a weird boy. Oh, you are paced. Payback, bitch. Oh, squashed his brain. Love it. Elevator going up, elevator going down. Oh, stabby, stabby, stabby. I love Assault Marines, I really do. Well, that was Regicide. Now let's get into Space Hulk, Ascension. This is an expansion to the original Space Hulk that was released last year, and it's already, as you can see, a graphically superior not so much a sequel, because I did say expansion, but still a successor to the original. This game really takes the original to a whole new level, but ultimately the mechanics of the game are the same, except it's a little bit more well balanced. Instead of having unlimited ammo and random, gun jams, instead you all have limited ammo, but gun jams are not random anymore. They are generated by heat overloads. Ooh, and Brood Lords are still tough bastards. Yeah, he's dead. But what another nifty feature between this game is besides upgrading the actual gameplay scenario and mechanics behind it, is that it really doesn't just limit you just to playing as the Blood Angels. No, quite the opposite, in fact. Because you can not only just play as the Blood Angels, you can play Ultramarines. Or if you want Blood Angels, sure, why not? You can even go to Space Wolves, Imperial Fist, Salamanders, oh yeah. Love the Salamanders. Or the Dark Angels. Unfortunately, Dark Angels, Imperial Fist, and Salamanders scenarios are available separately in the form of DLC, and you have to pay for them. Sorry, guys. But you still get Space Wolves, Ultramarines, and Blood Angels. I love the Ultramarines, so yeah. The top right-hand corner of the screen of each character has, a little hub cam. You can see what he sees, which is cool, it brings a little bit more to life. And like I said, every character has an ammo counter. Plus, you can even upgrade the look of each character. Make them all look distinctly different. You can go to the armory and equip a variety of weapons to each character based on their experience and the level ups. Yep. You can even get the flamer, an autocannon. You can put like hurricane missile launchers on his back. Hell, you can even give him special skill attributes, extra ammo, better heat sinks, that sort of thing. So it really just, like I said, makes the game a lot better off than the original. It makes it a little bit more strategically sound, as it were. But of course, it's still essentially the same game it was before at its core. Your turn, their turn. And when they come at you, remember to use Overwatch.
My weapon has failed me.
But if one guy just shoots like 4 times, his gun will overheat, then it will jam, and he'll be unable to continue to shield. You can use action points to unjam your weapon and cool off your gun, which is cool. Plus, the flamer, he can just clear entire rooms out in one burst, and it's really, really satisfying just to watch the G-stairs squeal. Nice. Well, I guess it about wraps it up another episode. Now, before we get into the usual format, I just want to state, because Regicide is not yet finished, I will not rate that game. It's not done yet. It would be unfair to rate it yet. It's not finished. Makes sense, okay? So, as I usually say, you heard the testimony, now it's time for the verdict. We're going to be definitely rating Space Hulk Ascension, and you know what? It's a lot better than just flat-out Space Hulk. I enjoy it. I like playing it. Sure, there's not a whole lot of high adrenaline-pumping action in it, but it really honors the original board game that created this whole thing to begin with. It's like a huge tribute to that. And as a Warhammer fan, I get it, and I really dig it, And sure enough, Space Hulk's making another version of the game, which will come out either sometime this year, but I have doubts it might come out in early 2016. Which is Deathwing. That's the first-person shooter. That'll be the fast-paced, adrenaline-pumping fantasy that you're all looking forward to. But no. Today, it's Ascension. And you know what? Because it was such an improvement from the last one, I give this expansion, 8 out of 10. It loses 2 points for me because there's no music in the levels, which makes it makes it slow for me. You need the music in it. It gives it the atmosphere. And, there's no story whatsoever. What you saw in the trailer, that was the story. Granted, yes, you don't get too much story playing the board game. You got me there, but still, this is a video game, not a board game. So yes, 8.0, 8 out of 10. That's what I'm giving it this week. So, yeah, with all said and done, thanks a lot for tuning in to another exciting episode of the Game. Hope you enjoyed it, and you know what? We'll see you next time. Take her easy.